All right. Well, welcome everybody. Let's go ahead and get started. Hop to the seat. We're just going to sit up nice and tall, hands can rest on the legs, lifting our head towards the ceiling. Then we're just going to dip our chin towards our chest. And then from here, we're just going to start to take some half circles. So gently rolling our right ear towards the right shoulder. And then back down to the center. Bring it over towards the left shoulder. Down, and just take that a couple more times. Go in one direction. Take it to the other side. As we even out, finishing that last side, we'll bring the head back into our chest. From here, interlacing hands behind our head, letting our elbows point down towards the floor. And then we're going to start to open the elbows up, lifting our head up and then towards the ceiling and resting. We're going to take that a couple times. So elbows in, chin to chest, just pulling forward. And opening the elbows, back, finding two more, elbows in, chin to chest. Elbows open, back one more time, elbows in, chin to chest. Lifting up and open. Coming back to the center, we'll bring that left hand down to the right arm, come up and over, easy side bend, head up and down. We'll come back up and switch. So right hand is down, up and over, up, down. Coming back to the center, reach the hands out in front, gently fold towards the legs. Staying right here in the center, or a little bit of shifting, taking the hands for a walk. Forward fold, we'll move into a tabletop, spreading hands and knees. And as we find that tabletop, just a couple rounds, slowly moving through the spine, counts. A little extra variation if we need to, stretching out the wrists as we do so, turning fingertips back towards the knees. A slight bend into the elbows. Coming back to neutral spine, put those hands around, and we're just going to tuck our toes underneath us, cover the knees about an inch away from the floor. See if we can press our upper back away from the ground. Take the feet back maybe about 6 inches. Go a longer hovering tabletop. Ground away. And then take the feet all the way straight out behind us, high plank. And then pressing up and back into a down dog, just stretching out, maybe a little pedaling through the feet, alternating the heels. Anywhere from that high plank or that hovering tabletop, we're going to shift back forward, so shoulders over wrists, whether the knees are slightly bent, straight. And then we're going to pike our hips up and back wherever we were into down dog. We're going to take that 3 more times, so shifting forward, keeping those hips lifted. Stretch up and back, down dog. And again, shifting forward. Press up and back, down dog. One more time, shifting forward. And pressing up and back and down, down. This time as we shift forward, we'll lengthen out. We're not ready in the high plank. We're gonna hug our elbows in, knees can lower to the ground. Press into the tops of the feet. We're gonna come all the way down to our bellies. Sliding the fingertips out to a V shape. We're gonna do opposite arm as leg. So right arm, left leg as we inhale, work them off the floor. And then lower and switch. Left arm, right leg as we inhale, bring them up. Exhale, lower. We'll keep alternating. Inhale, lift. And lower. And lift. Lower. Lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. 4 more. Lift. And lower. 4, 3. And lower. 4, 2. And lower. And 1. And lower. Now everything together. Arms and legs lift up. And lower. And up. And lower. 3 more. Lift. And lower. 4, 2. And lower. 1 more. Lift. And lower, bringing the hands back underneath us. We're going to press back up into our tabletop. Finding a long spine here, setting the right toe straight back behind us. Toes pointing to the floor. We're going to lift that leg up. And then take it across, tap to the outside of the left leg. Bring that leg straight back up and then draw our knee to nose, taking it back. Reach those toes straight behind us. Take that leg across. Bring it back up. Draw knee to nose. Reach straight back. Take it across. Bring it up. Knee to nose. Straight back. Across. Bring it up. Knee to nose. Last 4. Take it up. Across. Bring it up. And in. Straight out. Across. Bring it up. And in. Last 2. Straight out. Across. Bring it up. And in. 1 more. Out. Across. Bring it up. In. Reach straight back. Send that knee back down. Tabletop. And we're going to switch out. So left toe straight back behind us. Float that leg right out. Take it across. Tap to the outside. Straight up. Bring knee to nose. Reach straight up. Take it across. And up. Knee to nose. Straight up. Across. Up. Knee to nose. Straight up. Across. Bring it up. Knee to nose. 4 more. Out. Across. Bring it up. And in. 4, 3. Across. Bring it up. And in. Take it out. Across. Bring it up. 1 more. Take it out. Across. Bring it up. And in. Send it out. Lower that knee back down to the floor. From here, we're going to tuck our toes underneath us. Walk the hands towards our feet. Finding a little crouch and curl here. Rounding the spine. Moment. Head nice and heavy. We're going to return back into our tabletop. And as we find our tabletop, we're going to come down to that right forearm. So right forearm is going to replace our wrist. And then our left hand is going to tap to the inside of our right elbow. So we're kind of finding a lattice position in the arms. From here, starting in that right leg, send those toes back behind us. And then take them out a little bit on the diagonal. We're going to take that leg, we're just going to lift it straight out. And back down. Now, if we dump into the shoulders, try to keep pressing the ground away. A little bit of the cat back. And down. Lift down. And down. Take it out. and down, and lift, and down, lift, and down, and lift, and down, lift, down. 2 more, up, and down, and up, and down. Now bring that right leg straight back behind us again. We're gonna lift that leg this time. We're gonna bend that knee, and you're just gonna keep thinking the toes towards the ceiling, and up. Keep pressing the ground away, and up, and lift, lift. Here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing that right knee back in, finding our way into the other side. So left forearm is our base, right fingertips tap to the inside. Press the ground away, shoulders down, send the left toes back, and bring them a little bit out onto the diagonal. We're going to take that left leg straight up, and back down, and out, and down, out, and down, lift, and down, lift, and down, press the ground away, and down, for 4, last 3, 4, 2, and 1. We're going to bring that left leg straight back behind us. Now lifting that leg up, bending our knee, toes towards the ceiling. Keep lifting the toes up, and lift, and lift, and lift. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring that left knee back in. Finding our way back up to tabletop for a moment. We're going to reach our toes, stretch everything out into down dog. Keeping those feet pretty wide, they can start to walk their way up to our wrists and hands. So just taking a gentle forward fold, top. Maybe a little nod in the head, yes. Or shake it, no. Take a generous bend into our left knee and gently opening up that right arm towards the ceiling. We can look up or down. And we'll release, switching it out. Generous bend into our right knee, opening up that left side. And releasing, bringing those feet closer. We're going to take a seat, finding our way down, bringing our feet out in front, so about hip width distance apart. So hands can be either on top or underneath our knees. We're just going to sit up nice and tall, and then similar to what we did when we were seated at the beginning, we're going to find our chin to our chest, and then from here we're going to take a little bit of a curve and lean back through the spine. And we're going to roll back up, and then lifting our chest and our head towards the ceiling. So starting to find a little chin to chest, curve, rolling up, and then coming back up. Shoulders are down. We'll take 3 more, just easy lean back curve. Roll up and open. Last 2, lean back. And sitting up and open. 1 more time, curve, lean back. And sitting up, open. This time sitting up tall, reach the arms straight out in front. We're going to find that lean back, this time with a long spine. We're going to open up that right arm, finger twist. Come back to the center, and then switch. Open the left arm, back to center. Open the right, center. Open left. Now as we move through this, option to lift your opposite leg off the floor. And lift, and down, open, and down, and open. 2 more, both sides, open, and down, open, One more, both sides, open, down, open, and down. Keep leaning back, see if you can start to float one shin, then both shins, hold here, keep the shoulders down. We're gonna lower one leg, lower the other leg, and then we're gonna keep rolling to our backs, finding that curve. As we come all the way down, if you need to slide your feet a little bit closer in towards your hips, just letting the arms open wide, maybe take a moment, windshield wiper the knees, gently side to side. We're gonna float our shins parallel to the floor of the ceiling, and then zip the legs in towards each other. Take the hands, reach them straight up, palms are facing in. Opposite arm is leg, so we're gonna extend our right leg and then our left arm, so everything is reaching out and away. And then bring everything back together. We're gonna switch, left leg, right arm reaching straight out, back together, and switch, out, back together, reaching out, together, reach out, together, and out, together, out, together, and out, together. Here for 6, together, 4, 5, together, 4, together, 4, 3, together, last 2, together, and 1. As everything comes together, hold here. We're gonna take the arms, we're gonna open them up towards a T, floating off the floor, and let your knees open, feet staying together. So clamshell, and then everything comes back together. Arms are gonna open, hovering off the floor in our T, knees open. Bring everything back together. Slowly open, come back together. Slow open, together. Slow open, together, and open, together. Here for 5, together, 4, together, 4, 3, together, last 2, together, and 1, together. Legs stay interlacing, hands behind our head, elbows stay wide. This time as we clamshell our legs open, we're gonna think of squeezing a tube of toothpaste, extend your legs out on a V, and then lift your head up, looking towards your abdominals. As our legs draw back and knees wide, lower the head, and bring your knees back together. So knees are gonna open, extend the legs, lift our chest up, bring the legs back in, head lowers, and close. Knees open, squeeze up, bring it in, and close. Knees open, squeeze up, bring it in, and close. Knees open, squeeze up, bring it in, and close. 4 more. Open, squeeze up, bring it in, and close. Last 3. Open, squeeze up, bring it in, and close. Last 2. Open, squeeze up, bring it in, and close. 1 more. Open, squeeze up, bring it in, and close. Releasing those knees gently into our chest. Squeeze, or a little bit of rocking, circling. From here, we're going to send those legs back out into that inverted tabletop. So squeezing the legs together. Let the arms open wide to the T. We're gonna extend our right toes down towards the floor as if they're tapping into a pool of water. And bring them right back up. We're gonna switch. Send those left toes down and out. Come back up. Right toes down. Back up. Left toes down. Now, if you want to add more for the body, you're going to send your arms overhead and have your arms floating off the floor, just a little bit above your head. So elbows by your ears. And toes down. And toes down. Now, if you want to add more, when your knee comes back up towards the ceiling, you're going to lift your head, look towards your knees. As you send those toes down, arms overhead, going to find a little crunch up. Toes and arms down. Crunch up. Toes tap. Other leg is making sure it stays where it is. And up. Toes tap. And up. We're here for 4. And up. 4, 3. And up. Last 2. And up. And 1. Up, releasing the head if we had it, knees back into our chest. Give that little rocking side to side if we need to. And we are going to work our way onto our right side. So as we roll onto our right side, we're going to stack those legs. We can support with that right arm either down, or we can bring it up by our ear. Knees are staying bent first, and then we're going to take that top leg, and we're going to send that straight out, toes pointing towards the front. That leg is just going to lift straight out and back down. Trying to keep our toes forward, out, and back down. Take it out, and down, and out, and down, up, and down. We're here for 5, and down, for 4, and down, 4, 3, and down, 2, and down, and 1, and down. Now we're going to hover that leg maybe about a foot off the floor. We're going to swing that leg in front without trying to change our upper body. Bend your knee, and we're going to think about trying to kick our foot behind us, and then swing it back down, forward. Knee bends, think of squeezing a ball between your leg, and then back. Swing it forward, knee bends, take it back, knee forward, bend, take it back, forward, bend, take it back, 5 more, forward, bend, take it back, 4, bend, take it back, 4, 3, bend, take it back, last 2, bend, take it back, 1 more, bend, take it back, bring that left leg out in front of you, tap that leg to the floor. You can release, take your arms straight out in front of you, release your head, and then we're just going to roll that left arm open, finding a moment for a little bit of a twist in your body. Bringing that left arm back across, and then we're going to find our way to our bellies. And as we come to our bellies, we're going to bring our forearms underneath us. So elbows are trying to work underneath our shoulders, spreading all 10 fingers wide. We're pressing down into the ground with both the hands and then the tops of our feet. We're going to think about lifting our hip bones up off the floor, so engaging the core. Keep pressing into the arms, curve your spine, chin towards your chest, so looking towards our knees. And then we're going to roll back down through the spine, returning, lifting our head up. So pressing into the floor, see if we can lift our hip bones up. Keep curving the spine. And then roll back down, lifting through the top of the head. We'll take 3 more. Hip bones are going to lift. Then we continue to curve. And roll back down. 2 more, hip bones lift, keep pressing curve, and roll back down, one more time, hip bones lift, curve, and roll, back down. This time we're gonna lift our hip bones. You can take a little bit of a curve through the spine. We're gonna hold here. Maybe it helps to take a mini little pulse. Think about trying to lift your hip bones higher, then a little low, and then press higher, low, press higher, and low. Or hold where you are. Keep trying to press your hip bones towards the ceiling. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly begin to roll back down through your spine. From here, we're just gonna roll onto our left side, bending both knees. Left arm is our support, or hand behind the head. Same thing, we're gonna start with the legs together and then extend that top leg so our right leg straight out. Toes pointing in front. We're gonna lift that leg straight out and back down. Straight out and back down. Take it out and down and up and down. Take it out and down. We're here for 5 and down. For 4 and down. Last 3 and down. For 2 down and 1. Now we're going to take that leg, hovering maybe about a foot off the floor. Send those toes in front. Start to bend our knees. Squeeze. Kick that heel long behind us. Swing that leg forward. Upper body tries to stay. Bend our knee. Send that heel back. Swing forward. Knee bends. Take it back. Bring it forward. Knee bends. Kick it back. And forward. Knee bends. Take it back. We're here. 5. Knee bends and back. For 4, knee and back. For 3, knee, take it back. For 2, knee, take it back. 1 more, knee, take it back. Bring that leg down, returning to our bellies. Finding those elbows underneath our shoulders. Press down through those forearms. We're going to take 1 more pass, lifting those hips up, curving our spine, and roll back down, lifting through the top of the head. Again, hip bones lift first, curving the spine, press the ground away, roll back down, 3 more, hip bones lift, press the ground away, and roll back down. Last 2, hip bones lift, press the ground, and roll back down. 1 more, hip bones, and curve, roll back down. We're gonna lift our hip bones, take a little bit of a curve, hold here, press those hip bones higher. Maybe a little pulse there, maybe we're holding. Keep trying to lift those hip bones up and away. Curve the spine, press the arms. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly roll back down. 1. Bring our chest down. Bring the hands underneath us. We're going to find our way back up to our tabletop. As we take that tabletop, go ahead and then re-tuck our toes. We're going to find that hovering tabletop. So knees about 1 inch or 2 off the floor. We're going to keep our feet separated. Send your heels to the left. Open your right arm up to the ceiling. Bring that hand back down. Hovering tabletop. Heels to the right. Open your left. Bring it in. Square up. Find your twist. Arm opens. Bring it down. Unwind. Twist. Open, in, unwind. 2 more, both sides. Open, in, and square. Twist, open, in, and square. 1 more, both sides. Open, In and square. Last one. Twist, open, and square. Find your way up into your down dog. Stretch out. Maybe a little pedal through your feet. Once more. Give a little nod and yes. Or shake it no. Yeah, feet can be pretty wide as they walk their way up to our wrists and forward fold. Just gonna bring our hands behind our low back, either grabbing for our elbows or interlace the hands, floating our knuckles away from our spine. And if we have any sort of grip, want to switch and bring the other arm up top or take something new. And releasing those hands back towards the floor. Take a little bend into the knees. If it feels okay, maybe walk the fingertips a little bit over to the right corner. Maybe even widen the feet or take a little bend into your left leg if it feels better. And taking the hands for a walk, switch them out over towards the left corner. Yeah, maybe the knee wants to bend on that right side. And bringing the hands back underneath us. We're going to find our way back down to a seat, just as we did at the very beginning. So as we find our way down, maybe we cross the other ankle in front if we remember which leg was in front. Wherever we are, we're going to interlace the hands behind our head. Elbows are going to be wide, similar to what we did at the beginning. So chin towards our chest, elbows pointing down to the floor. And this time we're going to start to take that half circle. So if the weight of the hands is too much, we can always bring them back to the knees. Otherwise, we can start to roll one ear just towards one shoulder a little bit. And bring back to the center. Roll towards the other side. Center, just taking that a couple times, rolling towards one side and then the other. Just kind of balance out both sides and even them out. And as we're ready, we can then just release our hands down and begin to gently walk forwards. As we walk ourselves back up, we'll just plant our feet out in front about a quick distance apart. We'll just let the hands come behind us, keep those knees pretty open and wide. Just start to let them fall towards one side or the other. We can either take both legs together or we can take it kind of open and close. If we want to widen the feet, maybe get a little distance between the legs, we can even start to kind of take it all the way over towards one side. Sweep the other, deeper twist through the body, or again, widen those feet way out, just more space, hips, legs. And regardless of which side we're on, we're just going to kind of settle onto one side for a moment. And then from there, if you want to kind of walk your hands out just a little bit in front of you, be finding a little bit of shifting into those hips. Rolling yourselves back up, and we'll switch, letting the legs fall over to the other side. Just take a couple rounds, just rocking before you settle onto that second side. Whichever side you need to be on, kind of keep the legs there, settle. If we want to walk the hands a little bit out in front, shift a little into the hips. Once more, draw those hands back up underneath us. Take one last little shift into the hips. Just bringing everything back to the center. Walk those legs in and shake them out. All done.